both, Vitatri Maharishi was a very traditional Kundalini master from Madras, and he just took me under his wing, and he saw something in me. Because I'd already been teaching, I'd studied with the Lahiri family. You know who Lahiri was, science, in the Kriya lineage? His great-grandson was my teacher. And I got to study with Iyengar, I got to study with Osho, I got to study with so many great luminaries. But when I met Vitatri Maharishi, it was like, wow, this is the bliss I wanted to reside in. And I had glimpses of it here and there, being around this teacher in a certain meditation, or maybe just holding a baby or looking at the sunset. You have those kind of aha moments, but they always seem to go away. But God doesn't go away. The life force doesn't go away. The spirit is never gone. It's just, if we're not feeling it, it's because we're either ignoring it or we're denying it. So what I want to do with you today is kind of whip up, pull up your life force energy. So you all know you're conducting life force energy, right? There's energy running through your nervous system. There's energy running through your chi. There's fields of electromagnetism. Let's tune in and feel it. Bring your hands up for a minute. Just play around. You've done this before? Some of you have done Reiki. I went through the Reiki master training. It's very similar to this. But there are different gradients. Most of us, if you know the healing circles and you're familiar with most of the modalities out there, there's kind of like I'll call it the AM spectrum, different frequencies. What I'm going to try and do with you today is take you up to what I would call the FM frequency. So it's a different level that's maybe, in the beginning, it's not as palpable because it's less familiar to your senses and minds, perhaps, although all of you have done meditation. It's like there's some kind of introspective work. But what we want to do today is see how we can bring that energy up even higher than it's ever been before. That's my intention. And I don't pretend to be doing it myself. I'm just here as your coach, your trainer, to help kind of pump you up, get you beefy in your spirit body, you know, and let that light within you exercise. So we're going to exchange energy. I want to first have you tap in and feel the energy within yourself, because you shouldn't ever be dependent on another source outside of yourself, right? On the other hand, we're all part of the same self. There really isn't a you or me. There are different expressions of the same consciousness in different forms, but the same spirit is guiding us all, and it guided us to be here today. So let's begin by taking a deep breath and acknowledging that whatever it is that brought you here today, whatever inclination or instinct or inner knowing, just breathe in and say, okay, let's see. It brought you here, it brought me here, it's guiding us. And as we breathe out, I invite you to close your eyes and imagine we're going to step into a hot, bubbling jacuzzi. Because when you're in a jacuzzi, you don't have to try to relax, do you? You just naturally kind of we should turn off all the cell phones. It would be kind of a drag if we're in the middle of a cool meditation and you hear funny sounds. But let's go back into the feeling within ourselves and acknowledge that part of us that's trying to learn and grow and evolve. That's your spirit. Is it got your mind's attention now? So as you're inhaling, connect with that life force within you that is you. And as you breathe out, close your eyes, and let's just imagine we're unbuttoning our mind and all the thoughts of what we want or don't want. Let's unzip all our fears and drop our resistance and step out of ourselves. We're kind of stepping out of our I or you or me or individual self-identity and just leave it like a garment for a moment, and we can all step into this hot, bubbling jacuzzi together, a pool of love, as it were. So conjure that idea in your mind that we're just like friends sitting in this jacuzzi, and the idea is we're going to get high on God. We want to feel that high. We want to feel that love. We want to feel that light. We don't want to just have a cerebral understanding or a belief. We want to live it, right? So breathe in and say, yes. Yes, I do acknowledge it. I am open to receive. When your mind is open to receive, you'll receive. And I just said, ask God, by whatever name you want to call the Creator, whatever it made the big bang boom, thank you. And when you enter into my life, into our lives, when you come into this space with us, let us be aware of your presence and attune to that presence. So our mind and body are an instrument or vehicle for our own indwelling spirit to shine forth and guide you. And as you breathe out, just let your shoulders drop. And feel your body relaxing. Imagine the world penetrating into your muscles, tendons, and bones. So it's really soaking in this warm, loving, nurturing feeling. We're just letting it soak in, penetrating all the way into the bone and the bone marrow. Now let's think about the earth. We've got this North Pole, South Pole, this giant electromagnetic field arcing around the Earth, protecting us from solar winds. Massive electromagnetic fields are being gyrated from the center of the Earth and spewing out of it. So there's this supercharged electromagnetism all around us. It's like we're walking around in an ocean of consciousness. And I want you to breathe in and feel that life force energy. Like you're absorbing it in as you inhale and internalizing it. And now as you breathe out, just let all the tension go. Sit back and relax. And soak in so the water's coming all the way up into your neck. And now just roll your eyes up and gaze into the point between the eyebrows. So the reason we do this, by the way, there's two reasons. One reason is when you put your attention to the point between the eyebrows, energy goes to the point you're focusing on. That stimulates your pituitary and pineal gland. Your pituitary gland is part of your endocrine system. And when it's stimulated, it releases peptides or hormones that send that current of energy up your spine. So the yogi said, well, my kundalini spine, my life force is now moving. It's going up through these different transition points or chakras, which all the endocrine glands are, by the way. And then it moves up into the top of the head. So when we put our attention at the point between the eyebrows, it first of all invokes a relaxation response. Whether I'm in the room or not, it's a nice way to relax. The other advantage to that point is as soon as you focus here, you're going to start to feel your body's current. You've already got a current. Most of the time we're not feeling the current, right? Most of the time we're thinking about other things, we're engaged in emotions or activities, and we're just not really aware of it. Meditation is being aware of it. So just breathe in right now and feel the life force energy in your body. Feel it in your nervous system. Go ahead and make a fist. Curl your toes like you're punching your toes and fists. So you just send a current through your nervous system to make that contraction, right? Like electricity. Now release the toes and the hands. So there's some part of you that can direct the life force energy in your body too. There's some consciousness that can observe your mind, observe your senses, observe your emotion, observe the energy in your body. So I just want you to be aware of that awareness within yourself. And breathe into that awareness, because it's that awareness that's guiding the meditation, so that you won't have to. So you can forget trying. Don't use your mind. Don't try and stop your mind. Don't even give a hoot about your mind. I'm going to be talking to you so much of the time. Your brain's going to be processing the words I'm saying, but it doesn't matter. What matters is you connecting to the life force current. So galvanize your focus at the point between your eyebrows. And just think of it as flicking a light switch on. The light is on, the current is flowing, and now you're engaged in it. So what happens is your attention goes to that feeling. The feeling starts getting stronger. It builds momentum. It has to warm up a while usually, and then it builds and builds and builds and gets stronger and stronger. So if that's all you did, that would be pretty amazing. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to amplify the signal so that instead of spending years and years and years looking at your third eye trying to go up a few degrees of consciousness, I'm just going to shift the energy in the room to a higher level of consciousness, and then you tune into it. And your body goes, oh yeah, I can feel that. I feel something. So even as I'm talking to you right now, there's energy moving through the room. And I want you to feel the energy in the room, because what I'm trying to do is just fill you up with energy. Start to feel that? I'm looking at faces in the room, so I think some of you are. So just breathe in and feel it. Feel the energy in your body. And now there's some energy being exchanged between you and I. So as we sit here in the jacuzzi of consciousness, you first always want to just acknowledge and connect with your own life force. And now maybe you and I can play with the energy a little bit. I'd like to be your personal trainer to help maybe bring more of that light out from within you. So bring your hands up and face your palms towards the stage. And spread your fingers wide. And just cup your palms like you're holding a volleyball in each hand. So the idea is if I was going to throw a softball and you're going to catch it in your hand. And so what I'm kind of throwing out there to the room right now is a field of electromagnetism. We actually can measure this. We were out in Joshua Tree a few years ago, and we brought some electromagnetic sensors. You can get them off the Sirius website. And you can actually look at the scale of electromagnetism in the room start to go higher and higher.